Hey YouTube, me again. We got a whole nother trip here for you. This one's going to be going from Fort Worth, Texas to Denver, Colorado. This one here is just us dropping off our previous delivery, and then we're going to swing right around the corner, probably about 5 minutes away, and pick up our next load, which is going to be 45,000 pounds of beer, Coors beer, that's going to be going up to Denver. The pickup from the Miller Distribution Center here in Fort Worth isn't too bad. It's a bit of a wait to get in, but once you're in, it's pretty smooth. You go drop off your trailer. I mean, if you got it preloaded anyways. You go drop off your trailer, grab your new one, scale up, get the hell out of there. Once we grab this load, we're going to be heading on up the road to Amarillo, Texas. It's where we spent the night a couple nights ago at that Pilot. Or no, I think it's a Flying J that had that Denny's and the steak. However, this time when we stopped, they actually have T-bone steak, and I definitely grabbed me up one of them things, man. It was great. I mean, it was kind of thin for what I was expecting a T-bone steak to be, but it was pretty decent. It was good. It did the job, filled me up. After we leave from Amarillo, we'll be cruising a smooth 8.5 hours on up 287. Join on to I-70 on into Denver, and then this load actually wasn't supposed to be delivering until the 9th, but it's really only a 2-day trip, maybe not even that, maybe 1.5 if you really wanted to book it. So I told my dispatch, and she said that we could go ahead and drop it in our yard. So I end up dropping it there, and then I'll be grabbing my next trailer, which is going to be a preloaded from the yard. And that one's going to be going up to Hayden, Idaho, which is right on the border of Washington. But anyways, enough about that. I have got a story for you, man. So the first day, it actually goes pretty smooth. We drop our last load off pretty quickly. We grab the next load, nice and decent, and we book it on down the road to Amarillo, Texas. We end up spending the night there. Grab a shower, grab some food, go to bed, done. The next day I get up and doing my pre-trip, and put myself on duty, walk around the truck, check the oil and all that good stuff, and turn the truck on, and the power inverter, which is hooked up directly to the battery, and that's what allows us to have outlets inside the truck, so we could plug our refrigerator, microwave, so I could charge my computer, charge my vape batteries, all of that good stuff, right? It's beeping, which means that something's wrong with it. It could be that the battery's too low, or anything like that, and it'll shut off. Which it doesn't sound too bad. It's gonna take a little bit of time out of the day, because then I'm gonna have to contact over-the-road support, and they're gonna have to get me scheduled up with Freightliner or one of our workshops so that we can go ahead and fix that. So I start running through and trying to troubleshoot it myself. I turn the truck on, I make sure that the battery's fully charged, battery's completely charged, turn the inverter off, turn the inverter back on. That doesn't help. I try to unplug my extension cord, which has all my stuff plugged into it, unplug that, try to turn the inverter back on, still doesn't work. We've got a little a remote that you can plug into the inverter, and it'll actually tell you what's wrong with it. Supposed to. The only issue is in order for it to tell you what's wrong with it, there's got to be power going to the inverter. And since the inverter's powering on and off over and over and over again, it's just going to power the remote on and on and off. And you can't really get it to tell you what the hell's going on. So last resort, we have a battery shut off. And it's by the bottom left hand of the seat. Pretty much you turn this little switch and it completely shuts off the battery power to the truck. So it completely turns off all things electrical in the truck. It's like a kill switch pretty much. And turn that off, turn it back on, and still doesn't work. So I break down and I contact OTRS, and they start running me through it. Hey, is the battery? I'm like, yeah, this, that, and the other. I tried everything. And then I was like, well, let me try this one more time. And I tried turning the power to the batteries for the truck off and on again, and it fixes it. So I'm like, okay, well, shit, problem solved, problem fixed itself. Don't worry about it, guys. Finish everything up, get on down the road. 8.5 hours later, I'm here in Denver. Everything's running nice and smooth. I drop my trailer, I circle around the parking lot, don't see my trailer, so the guy must still have it. He's probably still here on his way here to Denver to drop that trailer off. And so I park, do my on-duty time, put in my paperwork and everything, and then the motherfucker starts beeping again. I'm like, oh Lord, are you fucking kidding me? So once again, I go through the motions, unplug everything, turn it off, turn it on, try the remote, turn the battery off. Went through everything. None of it works. It's still beeping. You can probably still hear it. I don't know if the mic will pick it up. So, contact OTRS again, and they tell me, alright, well, go ahead and get with your driver manager and let her know that she needs to route you to the nearest workshop. I'm like, alright, cool. So I contact my DM and let her know what's going on, and she was like, well, I don't really have the power to do that, but we'll see what we can do. I'm like, alright. Only problem is, our closest shop is in Brooks, Oregon. Woo! So now essentially my refrigerator, microwave, computer, batteries, all of that's going to go without electricity for, today's what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, probably Tuesday by the time, maybe Wednesday by the time I can get a load going to Brooks, Oregon, or around there. And that's a no-go. So I'm like, alright, so we're going to have to try to solve this problem another way. And I'm like, well, they make power converters that you can plug into cigarette lighters. I know they don't do too much, but maybe we could find a decent one at Walmart. So I pop open Uber and Lyft, see which one's the cheapest to get a ride to Walmart. I grab a ride to Walmart, and man, that's pretty interesting taking Uber, being on the other side of it, because I used to do Uber. And get to Walmart, ask the guy, I was like, hey, y'all got power converters for cigarette lighters? He's like, man, I think we're actually sold out. I'm like, no, you fucking kidding me, man. I'm trying to stay in good spirits. And they ended up having one left, one 400 watt power converter. And I was reading on the box, and I'm like, all right, yeah, 400 watts, that's pretty good. They were like, the normal mini fridge normally takes about 200 to 250 watts of power. I'm like, all right, sweet, that'll be perfect. So grab that, grab another lift coming back, get to the truck, plug the power converter in, it boots up, and I'm like, alright, sweet, that's good. Take my extension cord, plug it into the power converter, everything turns off. I'm like, no, what the hell's going on, man? So I'm like, alright, must be too much power for it. So I unplug that, take just my refrigerator, because that's the essential thing. That's got all my food and everything. I mean, that thing's packed with like the freezer and the fridge. And try to plug that in it, and power converter won't turn on. So I'm like, well shit, what the hell now? So I'm looking on the box and the instructions, and apparently there's a fuse inside the plug that goes into the cigarette lighter. I'm like, alright, cool, maybe that blew, hopefully it didn't, whatnot. But on the box it says replacement fuse. Well, looking all the hell over this motherfucker, and apparently the fuse that's replaceable, they give you a 30 amp fuse, but you need a 250 volt fuse, like a long cylinder one that goes in the cigarette lighter compartment. They don't give you an extra one of those, and that's the one that fucking blew. So I'm like, damn it, man, what the fuck? Why is it always something? So luckily, I have an adapter for my other cigarette lighter that has 2 cigarette lighters on it, and that's got a fuse in there. So I take the fuse from that, put it in here, and plug it back in, and the power inverter comes back on. Alright, we're back in business. Take just the plugged refrigerator, plug it into the fucking power converter, and this fuse pops. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Why? Like, why the fuck? It's supposed to be able to take 400 watts. Refrigerator only puts out 235. Not understand what the hell's going on. So now I got a second power inverter that's fucking blown, can't use it. And even if I go without my refrigerator, I need my computer. I need to be able to transfer my videos and stuff and do all that. You know, I like to play little games here and there. So me being the ex-handyman that I am, you know, I go ahead and rig something up. So I got a little clip, and it's got a little piece of metal on it, and I popped the piece of metal off of that, and I put it in place where the fucking fuse is supposed to be. Yeah, it's probably not the safest choice to do, but it does have a second fuse on there, and hopefully that one will end up popping if anything goes wrong. If not, then probably just short it out whatever the hell I'm trying to use. So I pop that in there, plug it in, starts up. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe that fucking worked. Plug my batteries in, plug my computer in. It's all working. It's all nice and gravy, which is great. Only problem is now my refrigerator is going to be without power, and I'm not going to have a microwave for probably about 3 or 4 days. And I don't know how everything in the refrigerator is going to do. I mean, a lot of it's probably going to be okay, but the milk and stuff like that, that's all gone. But that's all right. It's all gravy, man. I ain't sweating over it. Well, anyways, story time's over. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell. And I really do appreciate all the support, friends, family, people from YouTube. And we'll see you guys on the next trip, all right? Stay safe and keep trucking. Bye.